My life sucks. I'm never gonna get this job. Ugh, I'm just so unhappy. I'm so depressed. Why do I have to do this? Do I really have to? Oh, hi. It's Pastor Jen. That was just me being extremely negative. And we don't have time for that. Today, I want to talk to you about being positive, about having an absolute optimistic attitude towards everything in your life. And trust me, if you do this, you will begin to see your life change for the better. God has not given us a spirit of depression, a spirit of negativity, a spirit of just walking around with a big dark cloud over your head. God has given us a spirit of joy, of hope, of peace, of optimism. It is very important for us to mirror all of the positive things that Christ really wants to give us, that He really wants to instill in us. I want to read for you from Ephesians 5, verse 15 to 17. Verse 15 reads, "Be very careful then how you live, not as unwise, but as wise." Verse 16, "Making the most out of every opportunity, because the days are evil." And verse 17, "Therefore do not be foolish, but understand what the Lord's will is." Again, that was from Ephesians 5, verses 15 to 17. And really, Ephesians 5 and the end of Ephesians 4 is talking about instructions for Christian living. And so it would be very apropos that God would tell us to make the most out of every situation, because guess what? A Christian is a positive being. We are the light of the world, which means if I am going to be a light in the world, I must first be able to be a light in my own world. Understand that your home is your world. Your workspace is your world. Your relationship is your world. Your marriage is your world. Your car is your world. If your marriage is falling apart, there's something wrong with your world. If you hate being at work, there's something wrong with your world. You have to learn how to control your atmosphere. If you can't shed light in your own space, there is no way that you can be a light in someone else's world. And we really have to get back to really healing ourselves, because hurt people hurt people. And if I'm not happy, there's no way I am going to help someone else be happy. Understand that cleanliness is godliness. So the place that I'm living, it should be clean. Listen, when my house is clean, I feel so much happier. Like, you ever just finally did laundry after like all your clothes just piled up and you feel like the air is fresher? Or you go into your car after you just got it cleaned and vacuumed and you just feel different, you feel better about yourself. Or even like, personal things like getting your hair done or your nails done. Like, you have a different demeanor, a different posture. So it's very important to be optimistic about everything that we're doing, approaching things differently, not allowing our circumstance to define our peace. So, yes, you may not be in your dream job right now, but when you go there, make the best out of it. Learn something, teach yourself for when you actually are in that dream position that you desire to be in. So, what I want you to glean from the verses that I just read are wisdom, optimism, and clarity. With wisdom, we must use good judgment in all of the decisions that we make. Is it wise for me to do this? Does it help me to just mellow in this sadness, in this depression, to just let my life fall apart? Optimism. How do I help myself by being negative? I help myself by being positive, even when I don't feel like it. Being positive really helps shape my entire being. And finally, clarity. When we understand God's will for our life, we have clarity because we now have a sense of direction, a sense of understanding as to what the purpose of our lives is. And so, if we understand what God's will is for our life, we then have vision. Vision births enlightenment. Enlightenment births direction. And when you are wise and you're optimistic and you know what God's will is for your life, somebody better watch out for you because you are about to be on fire. That is my encouragement to you. Be happy, be bold, be beautiful, and be unapologetically you. God bless you. Bye.